The only person who gets to torture my brother is me.
Wednesday is the 2022 Netflix adaptation of The Addams Family, focusing solely on the daughter Wednesday Addams. The coming-of-age supernatural comedy horror series has been making headlines since its release on the 23rd of November, an actual Wednesday. Executive producer Tim Burton directs 4 out of the 8 episodes, and it stars Jenna Ortega as the title character, with supporting cast including Catherine Zeta-Jones, Louise Guzman, Gwendolyn Christie and Christina Ricci.
I'm Wednesday.
Are your parents at home?
If you're a big fan of the series and Jenna Ortega, then here are some Wednesday facts that you may not have heard before. Facts include which other cast member auditioned for Wednesday before Jenna Ortega, the huge list of skills Ortega had to master before starring, and why social media isn't happy with this version of Gomez Addams. Tim Burton has been associated previously with 2 other Addams Family projects. The film in 1991, which he ended up passing on, and a stop-motion animation film, which was cancelled. It was first announced in October 2020 that he would be helming a new television series based on the family instead. Tim Burton was assigned to direct the 1991 film, which famously starred Christina Ricci in the role of Wednesday and Angelica Houston as Morticia. However, he passed on it due to scheduling conflicts with Batman Returns. Wednesday showrunners Miles Miller and Alfred Gough started to develop this new story idea in 2019, acquired the intellectual property rights, and sent the pilot script over to Tim Burton. Burton immediately became interested in the project after he read the script.
Hey, freak! This is a close practice.
In an interview with Empire magazine, Tim Burton suggested that he could relate to Wednesday's worldview in this new script, saying that it spoke to him about how he felt in school and about his parents. He was interested in seeing the Addams family in this new kind of reality.
You guys are making me nauseous.
The producers of Netflix's Wednesday did not want to emulate the prior films and the 1964 TV series, so instead they decided to juxtapose outsiders and normal people, as well as criticising colonial Americans.
Birthday, yes. Happy never.
The series Wednesday was initially announced under the name of Unnamed Addams Family Project, being helmed by Burton, in October 2020. Its production was to be led by MGM Television, with Gough and Miller as showrunners. In February 2021, Netflix gave the green light to produce a series consisting of 8 episodes. Tim Burton claims that Wednesday is his first real foray into television. According to CNN, the production team decided to cast a Latina to play the role of Wednesday Addams in order to follow Gomez Addams' traditional heritage, something that was already being worked on into the series. It was announced in May 2021 that Jenna Ortega, who is both Mexican and Puerto Rican, was joining the cast in the lead role.
Wednesday's child is full of woe.
In an article with the New York Times, the producers knew upon the first Zoom call together that no one else was better suited to portray Wednesday. Jenna Ortega was hesitant initially due to her past work being on Disney Channel shows.
I'm not above breaking a few fingers.
Emma Myers originally auditioned for the role of Wednesday Addams before she was given Wednesday's werewolf roommate, Enid.
Not a hugger. Got it.
It was announced in March 2022 that Christina Ricci, who plays Wednesday Addams in the 1991 film and in the sequel in 1993, would be a series regular. The announcement of this role meant that Thora Birch, who had been cast a year earlier, would be dropped from the production. Ricci was almost unable to accept the role due to scheduling conflicts with Yellow Jackets. Filming for Wednesday took place between September 2021 and March 2022, predominantly in the southern Carpathian town of Busteni, Romania. The setting for the fictional Nevermore Academy was Cantacuzino Castle. Other locations used were the University of Bucharest, the Bucharest Botanical Garden, and the Olga Grăsinu Mansion in Dâmbovița County. Other settings, including the entire town of Jericho, were recreated at Bucharest Film Studios in Romania. The town of Jericho looks remarkably like the town of Stars Hollow in Gilmore Girls, complete with the gazebo, the church spire, and the weather vane could easily be Luke's diner. According to Deadline Hollywood, Jenna Ortega found that working on Wednesday was very stressful and confusing. She said that it was the most overwhelming job that she has ever had due to the production's fast-track shooting schedule.
It's named after my favorite unsolved murder.
The role of Wednesday was very physically demanding, as Jenna Ortega had to learn to play the cello and took canoeing, fencing, archery, and German lessons. In an interview with Teen Vogue, Actor Joy Sunday, who plays Bianca Barkley, stated that the canoeing lessons involved the entire cast, a team of stunt people racing each other for an hour daily, and days starting as early as 5:30 a.m. During the shooting of Wednesday, Jenna Ortega avoided talking to Christina Ricci about playing the character previously in order to achieve her own unique portrayal of the role. Jenna Ortega choreographed the unforgettable dance scene to the song Goo Goo Muck by The Cramps herself and didn't sleep for 2 days straight, as she claims in interviews that she had forgotten to choreograph it before the deadline. She was inspired by goth dance club footage from the 1980s and took inspiration from Susie Sue and Bob Fosse. Just a quick interruption to say thank you so much for clicking on a January Media video. If you haven't heard of us before, then take a few seconds to open a new tab, type in januarymedia.co.uk, and we've got a whole host of other videos, articles and podcasts all about TV and film. So if you want to find out more facts, have a go at some of our quizzes, and browse our entertainment-themed shop, then make sure you visit januarymedia.co.uk after you watch this video. The iconic dance scene in Wednesday has spiked in popularity across social media, including TikTok, where users are recreating Wednesday's dance. Interestingly, social media users have paired Wednesday's dance to a completely unrelated song, a sped-up version of the song Bloody Mary, released by Lady Gaga in 2011. Celebrities such as Kim Kardashian and Amelia de Moldenberg have joined in the trend. The production team have been criticised by audiences after it was discussed in interviews that Jenna Ortega performed the dance scene while having COVID. She was experiencing symptoms of the illness but waiting on a test result to be confirmed. Critics have slammed the production for bad practice and putting both Jenna's and the crew's health in jeopardy.
Still as sharp as ever, my pigtailed protege.
Uncle Fester.
Tim Burton's longtime collaborator Danny Elfman composed the original series theme for Wednesday and co-composed the score with Chris Bacon. Viewers may recognise some of the pop songs converted into cello renditions, such as Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones and Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. A cello version of Physical by Dua Lipa is also used.
No, I don't really feel better.
The score includes many classical works, including The Four Seasons by Vivaldi and Flight of the Bumblebee by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. A 48-track soundtrack was released by Lakeshore Records on the 23rd of November 2022, and a 4-track extended play featuring covers of classical and pop songs were released on the 30th of November. The soundtrack has been highly praised by critics.
I should have known you were behind this.
Wednesday premiered on the 16th of November 2022 at Hollywood Legion Theatre in Los Angeles. Netflix released a promotional video to its Twitter account depicting Thing roaming the streets of New York City, startling passers-by. On the 6th of December 2022, Wednesday became the third most watched English-language Netflix series in the history of the platform. Wednesday has the second most pre-release followers of any Netflix original series, only behind The Witcher, and it debuted at number 1 on Netflix in 83 countries. The series also holds the record for the most hours viewed in 1 week for an English-language Netflix series, as 341.2 million hours were watched in its first week. This amounts to more than 50 million households, and it passed the previous record holder of Stranger Things 4 and its 335.01 million hours viewed. After the release of the first season of Wednesday, the showrunners have said in interviews that they have a pretty clear idea of how future seasons could unfold. Judging by the reaction to the first series, we can expect to see so much more of Jenna Ortega's Wednesday Addams in the future.
It takes a special kind of stupid to devote an entire theme park to zealots responsible for mass genocide.
While a lovable character, many horror fans have commented on this portrayal of Gomez Addams, stating that in previous iterations of the Addams family, including the 1991 film, he was more suave. Raul Julia plays Gomez Addams in the 1991 film, and despite not being traditionally handsome in the role, he has undeniable sexual chemistry with Morticia. Luis Guzman in Wednesday works well with Catherine Zeta-Jones, but the pair have been criticised for not having the same lustful compatibility. Jenna Ortega said in interviews that Tim Burton does not like it when she blinks while playing Wednesday. So for many of the scenes, Ortega keeps her eyes firmly open, desperately trying not to blink, in an almost Kubrick-like stare. She did say in interviews that this got quite annoying, as she would have to restart takes because she would start crying due to the bracing Romanian winter and the wind drying out her eyes. She went on to say that she learnt to blink on other people's lines. The Weather Vane coffee shop shares its name with the school magazine from Westfield High School, where Charles Addams, the creator of the Addams Family, first started working as an art editor and published cartoons.
Holy crap! Do you make a habit of scaring the hell out of people?
It's more of a hobby.
The code to enter the secret Nightshade Society is in homage to the double finger click used in the original Addams Family theme song. Wednesday goes to live in Ophelia Hall at the Nevermore Academy. Interestingly, Ophelia was the name of Morticia's sister on the original TV programme, The Addams Family. Wednesday says that she can smell bergamot hand cream on Thing, which is also the same fragrance coveted by Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. While Jenna Ortega plays her ancestor Goody Addams, in Puritan society the name Goody was actually a title for an adult woman of lower class. Goodman would be the male equivalent. Luis Guzman is the oldest actor to play Gomez Addams on screen. At the time the first series of Wednesday was released, he was 66 years old. Likewise, Catherine Zeta-Jones is the oldest actor to play Morticia in the live-action version at the age of 53.
I promise you, my little viper, you will love Nevermore.
The name Nevermore Academy is named after Edgar Allan Poe's poem The Raven, where the bird continuously quotes Nevermore.
It's a pentagon.
The whole snarky goth girl thing might have worked at normie school, but here things are different.
In the first episode of Wednesday, the license plate seen on the Addams Family car is registered in New Jersey, which is the birthplace of the Addams Family creator, Charles Addams. The Addams Family limo was built specifically for Wednesday. Only the first and last episodes of Wednesday in the first season feature full opening credits. All of the episodes simply feature a title with the name of the episode on. This could be due to the fact that Netflix usually has the option to skip the intro. The title in every episode of Season 1 includes the word woe. Morticia explains that she named Wednesday after the line "Wednesday's child is full of woe." This adaptation of Wednesday is Christina Ricci's second time collaborating with Tim Burton, after she worked with him on the film Sleepy Hollow in 1999. Jenna Ortega may be the perfect person to play Wednesday Addams, as she admitted in an interview with Teen Vogue that she would perform autopsies on dead animals as a child in her back garden.
I do like stabbing.
Eagle-eyed viewers of Wednesday may have noticed that in Principal Weem's office there is a large taxidermy bear. This could be a callback to the fact that in the original TV series The Addams Family, a giant stuffed bear would be in the hallway and would often startle visitors.
Nice place you've got here, Wednesday.
We like it. It's so nice and gloomy.
Wednesday is composer Danny Elfman's 16th comic book feature that he has worked on. These have included working with Tim Burton on the film Batman and Batman Returns, as well as the Men in Black trilogy and Spider-Man. In the German version of Wednesday, Thing is called Eiskaltes Handchen, meaning ice-cold little hand.
Hello, Thing.
Jenna Ortega told Teen Vogue in an interview that she had been vegan up until she started filming Wednesday in Romania.
Don't mess with me. This kitty's got claws and I'm not afraid to use them.
In the pilot episode of Jenna Ortega's show Stuck in the Middle in 2016, her character Harley actually complains about being the Wednesday Addams of her family. The typewriter that Wednesday uses has a QWERTZ German layout, rather than the UK-USA QWERTY keyboard layout. Wednesday marks the second time that Catherine Zeta-Jones has played a character that Bebe Neuwirth has played on Broadway first. Bebe Neuwirth has played Velma Kelly in Chicago in 1996 on Broadway, and Catherine Zeta-Jones played the same character in the film adaptation in 2002. Bebe Neuwirth played Morticia Addams in the 2010 musical version of The Addams Family. Wednesday costume designer Colleen Atwood drew inspiration for Principal Larissa Weems's costume from Alfred Hitchcock collaborations with Tippi Hedren. Using a vintage poster from The Birds as reference, Atwood showed Gwendolyn Christie her vision, and the pair decided to make her look like her own kind of misfit, but in a totally different way. For Wednesday's costume, Colleen Atwood put together a wardrobe of kooky and mysterious items, with a nod to the original pointed collar and printed dress, while modernising her outfit with platform shoes. She wanted her to contrast the American public school we're so used to seeing on TV and film. Many social media users have been interested in finding out where they can buy outfits and items worn by Wednesday. Many of the items, though, are high-fashion designer items, which may not be attainable in real life for people of Wednesday's age.
My number's in there already.
That's a bold move. It's amateurs like you who give kidnapping a bad name.